Hey there, Facebook world. Steve Gonzer, physical therapist and founder of Run Smart Online here. It's the new year. I'm going live from my dungeon basement. People are going to yell at me because I'm not running outside in the cold, but it's the way I roll sometimes. I want to talk quick because this is I treat mostly runners in the clinic, and I've been doing it for about a decade. There's always this little lull in January where I'm not seeing a lot of runners. And what ends up happening is February, March come along, and all of a sudden I see a huge spike in running injuries. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why and what you can do about it, because I would probably be one of those runners if I didn't know better. It's hard enough to be a runner and not get hurt, right? So 80% of runners, some statistics say 80% of runners are hurt every single year, enough to drastically change their training. And we obviously don't want to do that. We want to be on the roads. We want to be running. So how do you do that? And I think the key thing is that the new year just started, and so why do I see so many runners in February, March is because through the month of December, a lot of runners are hanging up their shoes, they're running, but nothing serious. It's okay to miss some runs. Of course, unless you're running like Disney or something, and you're doing Dopey or Goofy or something like that. But a lot of people get to January 1, you're like, okay, now I'm going to start training. And truthfully, for me, I did this myself. We have, which the whole family is sick right now with rashes and viruses and everything, and the month of December was shot for me. I ran, but it wasn't great. I got off kilter, a little bit too many beers and too much food, and now I'm ready. Okay, let's start training. Let's start running again. New year, let's go. And so what do I want to make sure that I do so I don't end up like one of those people who are going to come see me in February? Is I wanted to scale back. So I want to show you what I did and how you guys can use this in your running, because this will be a little bit different. So say you started training for a half or full marathon, or you're about to. You want to make sure that you're ready to start running. So the numbers I'm going to share with you are not reflective of anything you guys should be doing. Some people are way faster than me. Some people are slower than me. Some people are just as fast as me, whatever. But the principle is still there that you should be following this if you're going to get started and start getting serious about your running. So I'm going to flip this camera around. I want to show you what I did. So I built a training plan on our site, but you can use this. Here's my dirty basement with my kids' toys. I just got off the treadmill, but I built a plan to get ready for training. So I have these, hitting buttons on my treadmill, these plans on our website, and I wanted to build a maintenance plan. And it doesn't matter if you're running a half or full or whatever it might be, you should still follow this principle. So I'm going to do a maintenance plan, if I can get my finger on there, and I want it to start today. And our maintenance plans are just 10 weeks. Your maintenance plan could be a little bit longer depending on how much time you've had off. So if you are a runner who maybe has taken significant time off, you want a longer maintenance plan or kind of get back into run shape. I'll talk about this more in lives in the next week or so of what happens when you take this significant time off. But the 10-week time is a pretty good time to get your legs underneath you, depending on what you're used to. Hopefully you're not coming from where I am at, which was pretty much a complete shutdown for 2 months. So going back to the plan, so we have a 10-week plan, and then what I end up doing is I'm just going to work my way gradually up to 30 miles a week. Now, my marathon training is typically about 50 to 60 miles a week, 60 miles, 65, but I want to get ready. But I'm not going to just jump this thing all the way to the front. I'm going to do about 30 miles a week, depending on, up here I do miles, not kilometers. My day starts on Sunday. Some people like to start it on Monday. I'm not one of those weird people. We allow you to adjust your speed workouts. So if you're using our plan or someone else's, make sure you're tempering down those speed workouts early on. You're going to see in my plan, it's a lot of base training, and I think you guys should follow this in your own running. But here's the kicker. I'm a 251 marathoner, and I can tell you it's been about a year since I've done anything close to that. So I'm not going to go in here and say, okay, I'm not going to go build a training plan for that, because I can tell you I can't run a 251 marathon right now. So now this is where the time is not really dependent to what I'm doing, or you shouldn't be using my times, because some people are faster, some people are slower. But when I go through and I build this, I'm going to build my maintenance plan much, much slower. So I'm actually going to add about 20 minutes to this, and I'm going to build my maintenance plan off that. My cardio is pretty solid right now, but my legs are not. So I want to make sure I'm not basing this off my lung value. So I went 20 minutes slower on a marathon to build my maintenance plan. And what this does for me, if you look in here, So this is our interface when we build a plan. On Sunday, I was supposed to run 4 miles at base pace, and look across the bottom here. A lot of base, some cross training days. Those are strength training workouts that I have. And you'll see if I go to the next week, somewhere in here, you're going to see something very similar. Look at all this base work. I am not doing any kind of workouts or hard running early in my training. This is week 3, base, 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 base. And then after about a month, 3 to 4 weeks, you'll start to see, hey, a tempo workout's coming in. I got this tempo and some more base. The key thing here is that a lot of base early on. I'm going to go back to the first week. And the other thing is this pacing strategy. So I can tell you when I train for a marathon, generally most of my runs are low 7s or high 6s. I'm running 7:47. Really important that you guys scale it back. And Simon just mentioned he scaled it back today and did a power of good for him. This is really important. You have to scale back early in your training. So take a look at your plan. Make sure that you are spending a lot of time on base early on. You are scaling back your pacing. Push workouts 3 to 4 weeks out and get your strength up. My cardio feels good. I just got done with my 4-mile run now. I'm going to go do some strength work. But my cardio feels good. My legs feel okay when I'm running, but the joints, the muscles, the tendons, all that stuff softens when you don't run. So make sure that you're on top of that. If you're interested in using something like this, you can jump over. I put a link up above. But you go to runsmartonline.com. I think I have it here. There's a little join button if you want to jump on board and try this and build your own plan. We have maintenance plans, 5Ks, 10Ks, full marathons that include a lot of the strength work and stuff that we do here at Run Smart Online. But needless to say, make sure you're using this stuff. And I'm going to be on pretty much all month talking about how do you avoid being the February injured runner so you can set yourself up for an amazing 2019 of running. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'll be around to check throughout the day. And now I'm off to do some strength. And if you're interested, go to runsmartonline.com and go to the join button, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.